there, this is me, and I kind of wanted to make a video because I wanted to sort of address an issue, and I wanted to give you my personal religious beliefs. So just to introduce in the video, if you've watched my other videos, I talk about it in there, and then I just wanted to kind of remind you again that my upbringing, like I was raised Christian through age 18, and then until 18 I stopped going to church. But anyway, through age 18 I usually went to church maybe once or twice a week. And then once I was 18, I stopped going to church because I just moved out of state, and then I got really busy because I was going to school full-time and working part-time as well on the weekends. So I didn't really have time to go to church. So basically that happened, when I was 18, I stopped. And then I was pretty much an atheist until I was like in my early 20s. So I'd probably say for about 3 or 4 years I didn't really have any religious beliefs. And then I had an absolutely amazing tarot reading when I was in college and everything, and it was just telling me what I look like, what my husband looked like, and it was just very spot on. And I talk about it a little bit. Like there's a video that I do have, and it's entitled, how I got into tarot and astrology, and then I got astrology reading a couple years after that, and it was really accurate and everything. And then everything that I read about myself as far as astrology, it's very accurate. So that's kind of why I got into it. And then I kind of got into doing it by myself. So, anyway, I kind of wanted to, like I just said, I talked about for a couple minutes, I was raised Christian, and now I'm, into the occult, pagan, Wicca, whatever you call it. But sometimes, I want to say that sometimes I still go to church, like, occasionally, if it's like a holiday or something. And I just kind of wanted to address an issue, because I know that people do have their own personal opinions about, which religion is right or wrong, and some people do have things against, tarot card readers and people in astrology and doing magic and stuff like that. Then again, you also have to see that some people, have things about Christians. There's a very small, group of people in every religion, a very small 1% at the most, that is forcing, is our religious extremists. There's extreme Christians, I see them downtown, things like that. I even have a video, that's kind of the reason why I even made a couple of videos, is to first of all share kind of my upbringing, but I also shared, videos to tell you that I do understand, because I personally have an aunt, blood related, very, very close genetically, somebody that's my grandma's sister, that is an extreme Christian. She's the 1% of any religion, and she's somebody that just won't shut up. She won't stop forcing her beliefs on other people. So, anyway, I just kind of wanted to, bring to light an issue about, good and bad in all different religions. And, it can be kind of hard being a Wicca, pagan, the beliefs that I'm into. I have come across a couple of people, maybe a few people that are like really against it, and I kind of wanted to address like my personal beliefs. I think that all religions are good. And in my feeling, because it's actually kind of interesting, like I came to my own conclusion, being a tarot card reader and everything, and getting into this myself, and then it was actually really interesting to come to my own conclusion after I went to church a few times after I became involved in pagan religion. And if you look at it, I personally think that all religions just kind of, I think that they're good. I think that religion of any type is a guiding light, as long as you don't get into things that you're not supposed to do, like for Wicca or Pagan or anything that follows my same religious belief. Don't get into doing black magic. I go around, I bless things, I wish people, happy lives, I send people positive energy and love, and I communicate loving light with spirits and everything, and religion is supposed to be good. Any belief that you believe, religious of your, title, regardless of whatever religious title you put on it, I think it's supposed to be good 99% of it. There are, Islamist extremists. There's my really weird Christian aunt that's just over the top and judging people. There's nutballs in all cases, and I don't think that, just because there are a few people of one religion acting like that doesn't mean that there are, everybody of that religion is acting that way. So yeah, it was actually kind of interesting because I I went to church after I had gotten into doing like tarot readings and astrology, and it's all kind of like the same. I think that all sorts of religions, they just come from a different historical perspective. There are different languages. They have been, translated a few times. And I have absolutely nothing wrong with Christianity. I was raised, so technically I guess I've been around Christianity, a lot more than I've actually been around Pagan and Wicca, technically speaking. I think churches do a lot to help the community, a lot of, volunteering. I mean, they're even better than a community center. If you kind of look through the Bible and you look through different religions, I mean, they do have, pretty much, they're all pointing toward the same goal. And I think, heaven, paradise, spirit world, I'm not really sure, it just, it kind of depends on, whatever your title is, regardless of the label or the word. I just think that, most religions are about, 99% are about leading a good life and having positive energy, whether it's praying, whatever you do, and just kind of living, after you pass away, just living in an eternal paradise. So kind of the comparisons that I would have is like, I would compare, Christianity and me, praying, for example, like the Lord's Prayer. That's equivalent for me trying to learn different spells in, Wicca. And then, they have, Bible verses about love and, things like that. And, then likewise there's love spells that you can cast in, for example, like symbols and Bible verses for protection. Those are kind of like the same thing. I personally don't, I'm not really sure if I believe in a heaven or a hell. For deceased spirits, but for me, you know, I don't have any problem with Christianity. And then I think that I'm, you know, especially that I'm older now, I'm almost 30. So I do realize that what happened, you know, with my aunt is just one person. I've had, you know, negative and positive, you know, experiences with people of all religions. And the only thing that I don't like is I don't like when people are just total jerks to other people and just like insanely rude, and then they go, oh, I'm a Christian, so I can act like, you know, whatever I want. Sometimes people, like, you know,